Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be covering the top laners at MSI. Obviously, if you've been following along with my previews, you should already kind of know where these guys are ranked already before we even get to this video. But here we are. So it's going to be kind of me also giving you spoilers on where I have the top 4 as of today, which are not based on stats alone. Obviously, I watched all the games in the 4 major regions, so I have a good vibe on how I feel about the top 4. It is the smaller region players that were more stat oriented. I debated on putting all the stats up here, but there's not enough room on this board, so I'm just doing the champions, 3 most commonly played champions from this last split, and a little bit about how maybe a meta may form. So, Bin is first. If you've followed along with my LPL roundups, you'll know that I consider Bin to be like maybe the best in the world overall. If Bin goes, RNG goes. Honest to God, like T1, if Bin is on, they're going to have some troubles. Bin is truly, when he is on, RNG is maybe the best team in the world. Nar, Gwen, Jax. His Jax is disgusting. You want to play Camille, you're going to have to play his Jax. His Jax goes against Gwen. Anybody that wants to play a skill-based match is going against his Jax, and it is scary. Zeus, second. Played a ton of Jace. I want to say 18 games of Jace. Jace was nerfed. How much will that affect the meta is unknown. I recapped it in my 12.7 breakdown video from 2 days ago. If you didn't watch that, I go over the patch and the champions that were buffed and nerfed in relation to each team and how it may hurt or help a given team based on champion pools from their players. So it's pretty much Jace and Nar for Zeus. Afterwards, he played a bunch of different champions, which I wasn't going to list. 3 champions that were tied for like however many times he played each. Impact, I have third. I have Impact over Broken Blade. That may give a lot of question marks because I think Broken Blade is really damn good, and I think Broken Blade at his highs are better than Impact, but his lows are worse than Impact, which is a problem at a tournament like this. I think Impact is going to give you a 7.5 out of 10 game against anybody on this list. And in some cases, that's going to be better than the guys like Giga and Starscreen and Panther and things like that. Players like that, Impact would have an advantage over. And when he's against Bin and Zeus, he may just be trying to weak side king it and hope for the best. Nar, Gwen, Graves, all 3 G champions. We all knew that they were very popular this past split, and Impact definitely played meta champions. He doesn't go out of the box too often. For Broken Blade, and this is an example of why Broken Blade is, so inconsistent in my opinion. So he played Action a lot early in the split. Action was tied with Tryndamere, Nar, and Ornn as his most played champions. He played all 4 times, and they all do different things. Ornn and Nar being more tanky and setting things up. Tryndamere split pusher, and Action is a carry. Broken Blade can do it all, but I will say that I feel like his tank play and weak side play is not up to par with Impact. Hanabi is 5th. Hanabi, he's played a ton of games at an international level. His Gangplank, he's the one with Gangplank listed on this board. He played it more than anybody else. He played it more than any other champion for himself. Nar, Tryndamere, and Ornn are also in his wheelhouse. So these guys have the same champion pools outside of most played champion being Action and Gangplank. Gangplank was buffed coming into the tournament, which may give PSG an advantage in top. Eevee, 6th, if you watched my video earlier. Eevee has been to many international events in the past. Tryndamere, Nar, and Akali. Akali is on here. Akali, the only guy with Akali listed. That's a big deal. All of a sudden, he has options where other people don't. Maybe they play Akali Flex, and other teams really don't have that at their disposal. Lonely is going to have some trouble. Played a lot of Jace, like Zayas, and he isn't as good as Zayas. So, played a lot of Jace, played a lot of Gnar, and then 6 different champions were tied after that. So, if it's not Jace or Gnar, it could be anything out of Lonely, which is an advantage and disadvantage. Hasmid 8th. Hasmid had an interesting champion in his top 3, Vayne. He played Vayne 5 times. I think that might be more than everybody else on the list combined. That's a really interesting thing to consider. Will he pull out a Vayne against a tank? Maybe. Saigon Buffalo are going to have to get freaky if they want to get wins, and I think that is the type of freaky that could get it done. 9th, Biopanther. Biopanther has Scion listed, Gnar and Ornn. Engage, tank champions. That makes sense, and actually, honestly, if you're not going to get freaky like Hasmid with a Vayne or like Broken Blade with an action, going full on tank weak side is the way to go. All 3 of those champions are low resource champions. Well, Gnar, I guess you need a little bit of resources for Gnar. But Ornn and Scion, you can get away with low resources and allow other players on order to maybe get the job done for them. They're going to need Biopanther to play safe against Impact and Broken Blade if they want to get out of groups and upset the world. Surprise the world, shock the world. 10th, Giga. Someone tried to tell me, somebody told me in the comments, pronounce the first part like gigabyte, which would be gig, and then O. So Giga. He played Gnar, Camille, Ornn. He's the only one with Camille listed on this board. That works fine until you get against Bin and his Jax. That would be troublesome for him. So I would say that, if he wants to play weak side, he needs to play more tanks. We're going to have to see a lot of the Gnar and the Ornn. We're going to have to see other things out of him if he wants to compete at this level in this tournament and not get stomped in lane. Obviously, the top laner did not get a visa, I guess, to be able to come to the event, which is going to cause them to have to go with Giga throughout the whole entire thing. And we'll see if he can, keep up. And last is Starscreen. I have him 11th. His stats indicate he was 11th anyways, but like I said when I went over Istanbul Wildcats, I felt that Starscreen was 11th outright based on just how I remember him playing internationally in the past. He struggles. Gragas and Tryndamere, and then a bunch of other champions. So Gragas and Tryndamere, he's the only one with Gragas listed. Gragas is a strong tank pick, can do a lot of different things, and maybe that gives them an advantage, and it's a safe pick for Starscreen to play throughout the game against anything. He can build tank, he can build AP, do whatever he wants to do. Tryndamere, leaving him on an island, I don't like that in this tournament. I think that would be a problem for Starscreen. So, just like the Camille I just went over, I don't think you want these guys in the side lane by themselves split pushing. I feel like they're going to get picked off and they're going to die 1v1. They're going to get skill checked in those matchups. I think that's not the play. I think you have to go more of a Biopanther route, playing the Ornn, the Gnar, the Scion, or Gragas, and not do Camille, Tryndamere, Gwen. Those things I don't think are going to work very well for people listed on this side of the board. Even Hasmid with Jace and Gwen, I think that'll be a problem. The Vayne is a problem in theory for the same reason, but it's also a bunch of, enough pizzazz and surprise to pick him that I feel like the opposition would be kind of, they won't be confused because obviously they'll know how to handle a Vayne top, but they wouldn't be expecting the Vayne top. So actually, honestly, if I'm thinking that, I would hope that other teams would be thinking, this guy could pick Vayne. What do we do if he picks Vayne? So that's it for my top lane rankings for this tournament. Comment down below if you have any opinions of your own, if you think that they're kind of out of order. I imagine that some people may feel that way. Like the video if you like this. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. If you missed my video earlier today, I covered Detonation Focus Me, who I have ranked 5th going into MSI. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you come back for more content.